What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to show you how to get a Postgres database set up in Heroku, so that way you've got an external database outside of your development environment that you can connect to. And then we're going to connect to that database with DBeaver. So I'll show you how to extract all the environment variables that you need, get it into DBeaver, so that way you can start working with a nice little UI there. So with that, let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, of course, register for a Heroku account. I'm going to leave that link in the comments so you can just go ahead and copy and paste that into your URL bar. Get your account registered, get all set up, log in, and I'll see you on the login side of things. Okay, so here we are. We're all registered, we're logged in, and we are at our app screen where all your apps will exist. The first thing we're going to want to do is create a new app. We'll call this test app 1234. And we want the common runtime. We don't need the pipeline. We'll just create the app right here. Once that's completed, you can come over to this resources tab, and under the search bar, you can type in Postgres, and you'll get the option for Heroku Postgres. So we'll select that, and it is about $5 a month max, right? Now there are other options down here if you need a larger database, you need to perform, something a little bit more computationally heavy. You've got those options here. The cheapest one is going to be your Essential Zero. We're just going to go with that for now, and we're going to provision this Heroku Postgres database with our test app. So we'll submit the order form, and the provisioning process starts here. It just takes a few minutes, and we'll jump right back into it once it's complete. So now with our newly created database, we want to come down here and click on it, and we'll go to the credentials tab, so that way we can get the credentials we need to make the connection to DBeaver. We have everything here: our user, our password, our host, our database name. The port usually defaults to 5432 for Postgres. And then your URI, which we often use within our applications in the .env files to make our connection to the hosted database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring DBeaver up here, and we're going to connect to it using these credentials. So in DBeaver, you want to go to this little plugin. We are in Postgres, so we'll select Postgres and hit next. Now in the host section here, you want to just copy this and paste it in. The database name, you'll copy that and put it in there. And username is right here. Pretty straightforward stuff, right? And then, of course, password, right? We'll copy that and paste it in. So, of course, I'm showing you guys, all the credential and login information associated with this database, right? To make that connection. Um, do not expose these bits of information here. Like I said, you'll typically have this in a .env file, which should be ignored in your development process. You don't want to push this stuff to GitHub, because with this information, people can access it, right, and do all kinds of crazy stuff to your database. We just don't want that. For this use case, obviously, I just want to show you guys how to get it all set up. I'm totally going to delete this later, so you can go ahead and try to do what you want with it, uh, to no avail, I'm sure. So we've got all that. We've got our host, our database name. We do want to use username and password. Got our username and our password in there, and we'll just hit finish. So to verify the connection, we've got it there. We'll hit the drop down here. We should get a little green check, and we do get a little green check. Cool. Um, we want to run some scripts, so let me just move this up. You can have scripts down here, and I've got one prepared. What we're going to do in that new database is we're going to create a users table with a column of ID that'll auto increment. We've got a username and email, and then some automated data inserts for when the insert happened. We've got to create it at, and anytime it's updated, that will update as well. So I've got an insert statement. We're going to insert into our users. The username and the email are going to be the columns we target, and these are the values that are going to be inserted into those columns. So let me run this real quick. We want to create the table first. Oh, so make sure you're in the right database. We are in the dev database for our local connection. We want to come to the new one we just created in Heroku. and we'll create that table. And we got a nice little success there, and we'll insert a row of data, and we'll query that to make sure that everything's set up. And we'll run it. And there we are. We've got our username, email, the created at, and updated at. And that's it, guys. That's really all I have for this one. It was a pretty straightforward process. Now we've got a database provisioned in Heroku, so that way we can connect to it via, DBeaver or whatever database management tool that you have. And we can also connect to it in our applications and start feeding it with live production data. So that's all I've got for this one, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a like, leave a comment, leave a critique. I would super appreciate that. And if you want to see more videos, please consider subscribing. And that's all I've got for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.